just my own belief. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's going to be underwhelming, but again, there's no way that the government fought like hell to keep them under lock and key if there's nothing. So they might be running around now trying to redact them, and so you're confused by them and you don't really know what's going on. They might be trying to scrub certain names from them or certain implications. I don't really know. I know that they're coming out. I don't know if they'll be out before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a time that no matter who you are, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, a white person, a black person, a pedophile, in the Mossad, none of it matters. You should have a Thanksgiving. You should be able to sit down with your family and have a Thanksgiving and not focus on the division, focus on the people at the table whom you love. Even if they are pedophiles who are working for a foreign government. It's Thanksgiving. There's got to be one day when we just relax and say pedophiles who may or may not be working for foreign governments get to have sweet potatoes and turkey and just sit on the couch after the turkey and go, I'm zapped. And then someone goes, that's the tryptophan in the turkey. Like, watch a little football, have some stuffing, a little cranberry sauce, and let's not lose our mind here just because someone happens to be a pedophile who's blackmailing our politicians so that we can continually be in war. You know what I mean? Like, if Thanksgiving's about anything, it's about leaving those divisions behind and embracing the fact that we like to go out, have a nice meal, and enjoy ourselves and enjoy our family. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. Some of them are going to be agents of our own government, a foreign government. Some of them are going to be human traffickers. Some of them are going to traffic narcotics. They're going to be narco traffickers. Some of them are going to be paid protesters who just show up and start lighting shit up. If somebody gives them enough money, they just show up and start lighting shit up in the town square. Who cares? It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter who these people are. Doesn't matter. Some of them are going to be pedophiles. I don't know what to tell you. It's Thanksgiving. Trump called a woman a little piggy, quiet piggy. I wonder what exactly... there's people saying that it's going to open a can of worms up about his relationship with Russia. I don't know if that's true. There are people saying that Putin's got compromised on Trump and has for him. There are people saying that it's going to be about Israel. We're going to find out Epstein was Mossad adjacent, and he was working, there's an article that came out where it was basically like Epstein and Ehud Barak were back-channeling with Putin about the Syrian civil war. And I read that article, and I forgot who did the article, but maybe we'll throw the article up in the YouTube comments or something. And that article was a very detailed account, a breakdown of the emails, the 30-something thousand emails that were released, and you have this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, again, who's back-channeling with Ehud Barak, who's the ex-prime minister of Israel. I'm sorry, he was talking to Ehud Barak about back-channeling with Vladimir Putin about how to make money from the Syrian civil war. So again, that seems like a guy who's like a connected guy. I feel like that's something my father wasn't doing. I don't know about that. Like, there were times when I didn't know what my father was doing. I imagine he was at work or something, but he could have been back-channeling with Ehud Barak and Vladimir Putin about how to make money off a Syrian civil war. All right, no. I don't know. It's something, I imagine he wasn't doing that. And if someone is doing that, back-channeling with the president of Russia about how to make money off the Syrian civil war, it might be fair to suggest that person's connected politically. I don't know. Again, I don't want to jump to conclusions. It could be nothing. That's the other thing. It could could be nothing. It could be like an accident. Like you're like, I was like at a party and then I met like a guy who knew the president of Russia. I knew the ex-prime minister of Israel. We started talking. We're like, since there's like this civil war in Syria, why not make a couple of dollars? That all could be like just an accident, like a happy accident. That's what they call those things, a happy accident. So maybe it's a happy accident. Can you find this article? Because they texted it to you. I don't want to judge anyone who's back-channeling with the president of Russia trying to make money off the Syrian civil war. And I don't want to suggest that that person's connected to intelligence just because of that. I don't want to, that's like, I don't want to jump to conclusions. Drop site news, that's what it is. I don't want to jump to conclusions about any of this. I don't want to. Drop site revealed that Epstein had played a role in brokering a security agreement between Israel and Mongolia and setting up a back channel between Israel and Russia during the Syrian civil war. So what? So what? What? Listen. Who amongst us, no literally, who amongst us has not brokered a security agreement between Israel and Mongolia? At least tried. Haven't you at least tried? You get up in the morning, you do your little workout, you have your coffee, and then you get on the phone with the ex-prime minister of Israel and then try to broker a peace agreement with Mongolia. You want to go to bed at night knowing you've done something. Do the work, do the work, do the work. And I just don't understand what the big deal is. Why everyone's freaking out about this. I don't think it's such a big deal that he's just back-channeling with Russia about a civil war in Syria. I don't get it. Everyone's like making such a big deal about this, but this seems like pretty common behavior for a person to engage in. It feels pretty common for a guy to be engaged at high levels with a foreign government, back-channeling with other governments, setting up security agreements, and then trying to figure out roads to profitability during periods of internal chaos in a country. Am I wrong? Why do we even care? What's the big deal? What's the biggie? What's the big deal here? It just seems like a regular guy. You know what's the problem with Epstein? He's a regular guy. And no one knows what a regular guy is anymore. That people are flipping out about this. He's not a they, them. He's just a dude. He's a guy who's brokering defense agreements on behalf of Israel. So what? He's like a guy. He's a dude. He likes boats. Well, of course, no. That's odd and weird, and we know that. It seems odd. It seems odd. It almost seems like he's doing something. Now, why does Donald Trump not want these documents out? We don't know that. Is it because his friends will be embarrassed? That seems odd. Does Trump really care about his friends? We don't know. He doesn't seem like a guy that loses a ton of sleep over friends of his getting embarrassed or other members of the government. But we don't know. We just don't know. Is he implicated himself? I guess we'll find out. It certainly seems that he doesn't want these documents to come out because he himself will suffer some fallout when the documents come out. Everything about him and his character suggests that this isn't concern for others that is motivating his behavior. The extent to which he'll be embarrassed and the extent to which he's implicated in wrongdoing is, we don't know. And by the way, we don't know what version of these documents is going to come out. Because we have Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, and we have all these people, this goon squad, who lie about everything. Now, we don't know. We can't trust any of them. They told us nothing was going on. All of these people have come out and said that nothing is going on, and the Drop Site News article literally shows you this guy's back channeling with serious players on the world stage. So it's like everyone knows, and it's not a secret, and it's not like inside info to suggest that this guy was a power player in power politics all over the world, and that's been downplayed by most media outlets, and it's certainly been downplayed by members of our government who've all fought like hell to keep these documents from seeing the light of day. And if, we'll put that article up. I'm telling you right now, the gift that keeps on giving is the Aura frame, folks. It's one of my favorite holiday traditions and memories, and you can make holiday traditions and memories with the Aura frame. It's a digital frame that allows you to upload unlimited free videos and photos so that everybody is super excited about seeing and reliving some of the great memories and times from your past. Preload photos before it ships, personalize your gift, share photo and videos effortlessly. The gift box is included. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it for a limited time. Visit auraframes.com, get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frame, named #1 by Wirecutter. Use promo code TAM at checkout. That's AURAFrames.com, promo code TAM. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. But now we're getting these files, so now we're going to see what's going on. And I don't want to jump to conclusions here. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to jump to conclusions about this man just because, like, for example, the ex-prime minister of Israel, like, stayed at his house a bunch and emailed with him a bunch and, like, talked to him a bunch and, like, they tried to, like, do business together with each other. Well, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, if I talk to someone all the time and they stay at my house and I try to do business with them, do I even know them? Maybe I don't even know them. Why? Let's not jump to conclusions and start, like, painting with a broad brush and going, just because you stay at someone's home, you talk to them all the time, and you guys are in business together, you, like, know them. Like, it's, like, crazy to say. That's, like, a crazy thing to actually say. It's literally insane. It's literally insane to suggest that somebody who sleeps in the residence you do and talks to you all the time and has financial interests that are commingled with yours knows you. It was probably very like, who even are you half the time? But, so let's not, just because all of those are complete facts that are like, no one's disputed, by the way. No one has disputed any of those facts. Let's not jump to conclusions and say there was something untoward going on, because these are a lot of coincidences, and that's the way the world works. Actually, there's lots of coinkydinks, and it's actually just kind of fun and silly, and I don't think it suggests something nefarious necessarily that Jeffrey Epstein and the ex-prime minister of Israel were trying to back channel with Putin about the Syrian civil war. It seems pretty on the up and up to me. What's the big deal? It's almost like, here's what paranoid people will say. Psychos, lunatics, people you should not let into your house this Thanksgiving. Psychopaths will say, it almost seems like there's a area or a realm or a dimension of power that's filled with shadowy characters and ex-government employees and current government employees who are essentially running like another government underground that is using intelligence agencies and wealthy people and corporations to influence policy with regards to war and peace and security, and that dimension of power is using things like human trafficking to control and blackmail government officials so that that dimension of power can continue sucking money out of any corner of the world they want. That sounds crazy. That sounds nuts. Get my clown nose. That sounds nuts. That's, even as I say it, it sounds wacky. It's crazy to even think that. It's so nuts. I should be put in a home. But that would be what you would think after you look looked at all of this, you would actually think that maybe there's just a dimension of power that we don't really know much about that's kind of leaking out. You know, like radioactive material that's leaking out, and we're all figuring it out little by little. And this dimension of power involves people like Jeffrey Epstein and counterparts of Jeffrey Epstein all over the world who end up getting in between current and former government officials, corporate interests, and they end up creating this bridge, and then this bridge is used so that these people can kind of back channel with each other and determine the best course of action to guarantee certain political and financial interests that they prevail, no matter who's in charge of the government. That seems to be what's leaking out. This is something that's leaking out. And that's kind of already out there in the open, like no one's really disputing any of the facts. Go read that article if you want. Nobody's disputing. Get that article up. Get the Drop Site News article, the actual article that I sent you, and I want to read some of it. It's actually very interesting. And I don't really know much about it. I was sent this article by a few people, and I sent it to a few people. And this is one of those articles that demystifies some of the questions about who Epstein is and how he operated and the world in which he operated. And a lot of people will suggest if you had brought this up a few years ago, people would have called you paranoid and insane and crazy. And now they have no choice but to reckon with the fact that nobody is really challenging much of the substantive work done in the article that connects Epstein to serious people all over the world. So here, make this a little bigger. This is written by a guy, Ryan Grimm. Keep going. Jeffrey Epstein and Ehud Barak were specialists in war profiteering at the end of his tenure as Israel's defense minister, and after his supposed retirement, Barak embraced a role as a salesman of Israeli security services to embattle governments, opening the door